Okay, good evening everybody. Good evening. Welcome to smoky Sydney. Some of you have flown in from Perth, our friends at the front here. This is the smoking capital of Australia, that's what I like to say. Smoking tonight with all the tech awards that are coming out. Welcome to the world's most successful awards program, the Consensus Awards. We've got a lot of very successful people, I think, in the room tonight. Some of them already, some of them to be. Before we start, there's a few formalities. If you don't know where the bathrooms are, head to the main hotel reception room. They're just behind there. The fire exits are clearly marked out the side. And if you don't like your photograph taken, please just go home, because we live in a world of social media. There's going to be lots of photographs taken tonight. I've already taken a few. Alex, the name of the website?
If you go to alexontech.com,
alexontech.com.
That'll take you straight to my YouTube channel, and we're streaming live.
So we are streaming live. I'm waving at alexontech.com at the back there. And if you have a look on that website, you'll see the YouTube channel is live. If you don't want to be filmed, don't stand in front of that camera, please. It doesn't record any private conversations. It's not that, so don't worry, those people sitting in front of the camera there. I can see the two of you already looking embarrassed. It's nothing to worry about, don't worry. So look, we've got a full-packed agenda tonight. We are running a few minutes late, so I'll move on quite quickly. My name is Phil Redding. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm involved in so many conversations. I was having a conversation earlier on that we now live in the gig economy, and does anyone work for one company anymore? I'm sure there's lots of tech startups here that work for someone and have started their own company. That's how a lot of people are organised. So I'm involved in all of those different organisations there. Here is our agenda for this evening. PwC are partnering the organisation, partnering the event, but Julian is going to talk a little bit about them when he gets on stage. He's going to give us an overview of the awards. We have a wonderful main course. Then we've got Meet the Judges. We've got various awards. We've got Richard White from WiseTech Global is going to talk about the success of his business and how he won the award many, many years ago. We've got a number of different awards to be awarded tonight. There's winners, there's highly commended, there's finalists, etc. Then we have some desserts, and then a couple of new awards, the IT Writers Best Award, and again, Julian is going to talk on behalf of PwC about the Emerging Technology Company as well. We will have an opportunity for photographs at the end, so if some of you are here as a group and perhaps only one of you might come up and accept the award, there will be an opportunity at the end to have a group photograph where everybody that's been involved in winning your award will be able to get a nice photograph for your company newsletter and for your reception, etc. So Rowan is not with us, but I think Julian, you're going to come and talk to us a little bit about the PwC and partners.
My PwC hat on, and got a very good working relationship with the partner of the Emerging Technology Companies Group. I'm sure quite a few of you would know him, Manoj Santiago, and his offsider Hugo de Jong, who were very supportive of the awards over many years, and hosted the last awards, which were presented in May this year. And just an aside, this is the first time that we've actually run the awards twice in a year. Over the 20 years we've been running the awards, it's always been an annual award, or annual awards across various different awards programs. But this year we decided to step it up and run the awards twice in a year. But very briefly on PwC and the Emerging Technologies Group, they're very keen to work with any of the winners or highly commended companies that receive awards. And specifically, they've said that they will provide, yet to be decided, but a number of services to a particular winner. And I'll be able to announce that later on this evening as well, after dessert. So one of the winners tonight will receive, yet to be defined, a number of services free of charge from PwC to take them forward, which is fantastic. So let me just talk about Consensus, where we're currently at and what we're going to be doing in the following few years. What was a great idea back in 1999 has flourished to become, as we say, the world's most successful awards program. Program being plural programs. And the point is that independent research, which I'll go through briefly, indicates that 89%. So 9 out of 10 of the winners have gone on to do incredibly well worldwide. And we're looking at technology that's just going to market. So for a group of people from industry to make an assessment, a peer assessment of the technology, and actually give an award is very, very valuable to that organisation, because it does indicate that they're going to go on and do great things worldwide. So you can see there on the slide different groups of people over the years. We've always had fairly senior people to present the awards, but now stepping up, of course, we've got to find at least some good VIPs to present the awards twice next year as well. The middle picture in the right is the first year. I'm actually on the right hand side there, looking 20 years younger than I am now. Richard Alston's in the middle. He was the son of Richard Alston, was the Minister for ICT at the time, and the first award, so there were 5 winners in the first year. And the one in the middle on the left, you can probably just pick out Malcolm Turnbull in the middle there. He's presented the awards twice. Below him you've got Senator Synodinos. In the middle you've got Kate Lundy. You've got top right, I think Stephen, he's there. Anyway, so various different ministers and shadow ministers over the years, which is fantastic. So a great track record. Now it's worth just knowing as well that Consensus Group is now more than Consensus Awards, and we've introduced in the last 6 months both the Global Management Challenge and the Milky Way. And we're also going to be launching our new website before the end of December. And the GMC is very much in line with our motto of passion for excellence. It's globally wise. It started in Portugal 40 years ago. Obviously, in those days it wasn't online. Consensus is managing the GMC in both Australia and New Zealand. And it's a business simulator. So it allows the team to actually make 185 decisions, simulating running a business over 5 quarters. Highly sophisticated. And you see the picture there on the right. That's Len Norman. Put your hand up, Len. Where are you? There you go, Len. Len's working on the GMC with me. And that's us going. So you went about 3 weeks ago to the winner for this year, Australian Graduate School of Management at the University of New South Wales. And you can see a couple of the students there that are part of the team. And on your left is Tim Wales, who is the director of AGSM. They're absolutely thrilled because they now go to Lisbon early next year and compete 3-day residential against the winners from 36 other countries. And that's really why teams should get involved. By the way, it's not just limited to universities or colleges. We encourage any organisations to get involved. So as a company, if you'd like to get involved, please either come and see me or Len later on. They're also introducing the Milky Way into Australia. This is a very advanced technology developed in Sweden by IRM. The Milky Way is a mapping tool for organisations, medium to large, to map their organisations. All of their IT, so it provides a top-level view of all your business systems and how they interrelate. Established in Europe, but we've also got quite a number of testimonials already. And we're bringing 3 experts out from Sweden. It's a half-day seminar. There's a 20% early bird discount before the end of December. Go to the website, have a look, and you can see there on the right-hand side we're doing Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne in week 1, and Brisbane, Wellington, and Auckland. And Rainer, is Rainer in the room? Yep, sorry, Rainer. Where's the other Rainer? Oh, there he is. Put his hand up there. Okay. So Rainer Teets is working with me on this. So helping introduce the Milky Way into Australia. So tonight, obviously we're presenting a number of awards. This is how we currently stand. As I said, we already now run every 6 months. The only award that won't be running every 6 months going forward is the Consensus IT Writers Awards. And that's the awards to give out to people writing about technology, journalists and editors, etc. but all the others will be held next year. But the most important thing is, and this is an announcement tonight, in our 21st year, we're introducing 4 new awards. We're already fairly advanced on this. So introducing the FinTech Awards, MedTech Awards, Blockchain Awards and Cognitive Awards. So if you know any potential contenders in those, then please look at the website after Christmas. It will be refreshed, ready to start promoting all of those awards for after Australia Day. Entries close at the end of April and the awards presented before the end of June. Here's a nice quote I like to use. You can see the picture there when Malcolm presented one of the awards. We've got a couple of our senior judges, Hugh Guyton in particular on the right, who's judged for us for, I think, out of the 20 years, about 17 years. And you can read that yourself. He personally says that, of course, the awards have a history of celebrating particularly world famous firms now. Atlassian, of course, we have WiseTech Global here tonight, and he has no doubt that this year's recipients will follow in their success. So he's a real big advocate for the awards. 20 years, as I said, first awards in March 2000. We started 1st of July 1999. We've done well over 1,000 evaluations. Look at that, we've got 188, I counted them up at the weekend, 188 registered judges, and we're adding to that all the time. I know in the room there's probably another 3 or 4 people invited here tonight. Thank you, Wayne. Where's Wayne? Thank you, Wayne, on the middle table there. Wayne Slago has invited a few more people to join the judging. So a huge brains trust, and that's the value of the Consensus Awards. There is no limit on the number of awards that are given out in each particular awards program. It's up to the judges to assess each technology on its own merits, and as a group of people make a decision on how many awards they give out. And over the years, over 400 winners. If you add to that all of the winners of the IT Rise Awards, because there's many different in that one categories, like Best Editor, Best Feature Writer, Most Controversial Writer, Most Entertaining Writer, etc., then that number actually triples. So 1,200 or thereabouts winners. I mentioned this before. This is the research was done by SP Jain School of Global Management, totally independent. We got 3 unicorn technologies there. Most people would know Atlassian and WiseTech, but TCS is bought out the bank's technology, developed originally by Financial Network Services in North Sydney, and they then took it global. But that actually now represents in excess of 40% of TCS's worldwide revenue, which is a huge amount of dollars, billions and billions of dollars. And we identified that when it was also going to market. Return on capital by venture capitalists investing in technology. That's a typical VC portfolio. They're really looking for 1 or 2 that do a more than a 10 times or 12 times return. Typically out of a managed portfolio, 5 or 6 might well be written off, and some might break even, but they're really looking for maybe 1 or 2 to break even. Well, we actually turned that on its head completely. Our success record looks like that. So that's how valuable the consensus model is in terms of all the screening we do, the filtering we do, putting the best technology solutions forward to the judges, and of course having large numbers of judges actually make the assessments, and as a group making a decision on whether it truly does meet the judging criteria, which John Katsiris, one of our judging panel judges, will talk about later. Look at these, like this is huge. I've got 5 of these slides. These are all companies that have won awards and are now highly successful worldwide. Just page through these, you'll obviously recognise a lot of these. Many of them are multi-$100 million companies. Some are obviously listed and doing very successful work on the NASDAQ, on ASX. A huge number of technologies. And most importantly to emphasise that all of these have entered our awards over the last 20 years when they are going to market. So the judges have made that assessment, not once they're in market, but actually more looking at when they're going to market and early days. So, a huge success story over many years. And I'm very proud to stand up here and say that we've been very successful. So I just invited Stephen. It's very appropriate that you're walked in, Stephen. Stephen, would you like to sit on this side of the table here, please?
Wherever you like.
Yeah. Stephen Hayes, and as you see in the middle there, second down, Gravity Consulting. So Stephen is going to be speaking as a previous winner just after we've had the main course. So there you have it. That's a quick overview of Consensus as we are today, and we'll come back to talking about all of those that were judged, etc. So we're going to sort of now move into going into. Sorry, I'll just go back to one page up. Phil, do you want to say a few words and comment on that and introduce what we're doing next? Yep. Thank you. Thanks very much.
So the awards that we've got some new awards coming on tonight. You can see the categories that we have.
Yeah, if you want to do that, because I wanted to
I'll introduce them. So we have a number of different entries. You can see there were potential entries and then formal invited entries for each award. We've got the Consensus Software Awards, Consensus Innovation Awards, the Consensus GreenTech Awards, AgTech Awards and EdTech Awards. And then we have an entry as well for the IT Writers Awards. Each of the awards were judged by 4 judging panels, and the chairs of those panels are Hugh Guyton, Bert Franson and John Katsiris. So I think we would like to, Julie, you're going to introduce those judges and tell us a little bit about them.
Thank you, Phil. What I'd like to do as I introduce the various different entrants that are here tonight is everybody in the room is please welcome that group of people or whoever's representing those organisations as we go through this. We greatly appreciate that. So we go through the various different ones. First we introduce Lorgan. Where's Lorgan tonight? Over there. Well done, guys. Fantastic. They provided us for a couple of pictures of their team, which is fantastic. Interesting to see there in the middle at the top, you've got Andrew Stoner, who's a previous New South Wales Government Minister. So they've got great support from industry. John Rossini's here as well. Where are you, John? See a picture up on the screen there. And obviously the rest of the team. Hey, Lorgan's very enthusiastic and innovative AI, Internet of Things, and involved in also the Enigma platform consists of what they call a behavioural lake. And it's built by smart engineers and scientists, some of them around the world, which is fantastic, and they bring that all together and it generates actionable data insights for scientists and business users, enabling them to make the right predictions and decisions at the right time. So, well done, guys. Great that you're here. Fantastic. Thank you. Millie of all here is represented by Ben Seal. Where's Ben? Okay, over here. Thank you. Unfortunately, the rest of the team, that's why I put the world map up there. They're spread around the world, but the business is driven from here. So great that you're here. And Millable as a technology is a very deep technology, and it changes the way that software is written and maintained. It does this using a new database query language, the Millable query language, MQL. And the key enabler of it is the ability to be translated to and from other query languages or data access APIs, including but not limited to Cipher, file system APIs, HTTP protocol, XML file structures, and of course SQL. So welcome, Ben. Thanks for being here. This one is Empire Software. Where are you guys? I see you. Fantastic. So, Complete Empire is the software technology developed by Empire Software. There's a good team photograph of them there. It's a cloud-based subscription system, provides very powerful customer relationship management, marketing management and sales and operational management for specifically property, finance, taxation and financial planning industries, all in one package. Designed to allow businesses that operate multiple business divisions to have a single operating and data management system. It uniquely brings in multiple functionality, including email, campaign management, events and surveys, to allow unprecedented interaction and enhanced functionality for any user. So welcome guys, thank you very much for being here. Next one is represented by Rod Borsia. Rod is on table number 1 and he's developed Celsius Towers. That's Binding Twine is his company, and the ambition is to progress an array of technologies that contribute to creating sustainable and within a local environment horticultural communities. And they've identified a trilogy of water, electricity and biofuels. The towers in particular demonstrate a project that can be developed on a small parcel of land and provide electricity and water for the surrounding area and community. And one example is where they're doing work in the McLaren Vale wineries. And plans for the main tower, it's pretty large, 420 metre diameter and 5 heliostat array towers. They can fit into an area of 800 metres by 1200 metres. And of course, as a result, the main tower is as much as 380 metres tall. But it creates a little vortex with the wind and everything. It's fantastic. So well done, Rod, for being here, and thank you. Next one is Digital Smart Mirrors from Shop Expo guys. They're on the same table. Thank you for being here. This is a very intriguing technology where a smart mirror, you can go into a shop and actually it recognises you in front of the mirror, and it allows you to try on glasses or outfits or whatever. So you don't actually have to have the outfits in the store. You can actually just go in and try them on and see how they look, fit your own body, whatever, and obviously go online and order. And they've actually got a demonstration on the laptop. I know they've been showing a few people. If anybody wants to have a look when there's a break, please go and have a look. It demonstrates it very well. And on their website, you've got this lady, I took this from their website, actually walking into the shop and trying it all out and everything. Very interesting technology. So it's the vision to bridge online and offline retailing. And the smart mirrors not just allow customers to virtually try on clothes, but also gives customers a futuristic digital shopping experience. And you see there some of the bullet points, the ability to cross-sell and upsell, give personalised customer service, give a futuristic digital shopping experience using AI and AR technologies, but most importantly also inbuilt analytics on store shopping and try on trends as well, which is great. Good feedback for the shopkeepers and the vendors, etc. So great you're here guys, thank you very much indeed. This one is FarmBot, where are you? On the table over there, table number 6, welcome to being there. What a great photograph too, the whole team there. And FarmBot is monitoring water solutions. FarmBot's simple proposition is know your water. FarmBot offers affordable, near real-time satellite communications. These transmissions occur and actually monitoring the various different levels, replacing traditional water runs and the expense of course of doing that, while protecting their most valuable resource, water. Alerting managers, of course, straight away when corrective action is needed to save and or make sure it's available to prevent livestock stress, also expensive. The technology is also part of the Internet of Things and able to create a network of devices that communicate back to the cloud. So this critical water data is accessible and visible anywhere in the world, so it can be monitored anywhere. So well done guys for what you've done. We'll have the team from Tackle. There's a whole table of you here. Where are you? Down here. Fantastic. Welcome. The Taggle team is also into water. It's the Taggle Water Intelligent Network, and it provides an end-to-end solution allowing water utilities and councils to manage their water network, manage demand, reduce water consumption, etc. Already currently used by 38 councils and utilities around Australia. There are more than 160,000 smart water meters already transmitting readings on an hourly basis via Taggle's network. Over 5 million water meters read per day, so fairly significant. It also has many other uses by irrigators in the Deakin area, monitoring runoff and saving water by researchers in the Great Barrier Reef. So anyway, thank you very much indeed for being here. Well done. And we also have Rod Mills here again, entered both the Innovation Awards and also put an entry in for the Consensus GreenTech Awards. And he put in solar architecture, which is the water, electricity, biofuel. So what this aims to do is far superior than our previous generation that he was involved in. It's coupled, obviously, creating electricity generation, operated with preheated solar water and evaporation, and it circulates hot brine and solar radiation at the same time. There will be electricity generated by thermal energy conversion and by being part of a solar updraft system as well. Placing a roof over the whole thing will also lead to a third method to generate electricity. So fairly advanced in its the concept going forward. So well done, Rod, and I must point out that Rod made 2 trips to Sydney from South Australia to attend both those separate days of judging, and of course he's here tonight. So great to be here, Rod. Thank you. And we also have here Aerofloat. There's Aerofloat. There you go, on the table here, number 7. Thank you. So they're in the wastewater treatment side, so in the Consensus GreenTech Awards. They've developed a process to manage and treat wastewater from very important plastic recycling industries. So the 2 technologies they've patented are AeroDAF and AeroMBBR, moving bed bioreactor. And the plastic waste is a major global issue. I'm sure we're all very conscious of that. So recycling in this emerging industry is obviously going to help combat environmental challenge. Estimated that only a fraction of the world plastic is captured for reuse, despite there being many uses for recycled plastic material. So they're very clever in terms of the design, and enables plastic recycling companies to clean the wash water to a standard suitable for reuse for continuous wash loops. Congratulations to Aerofloat. We also have Beryl Novice here from ATOP. Where's Beryl? Over here. Fantastic. So Beryl's been involved in education for many years, and she's developed InCurve as a bringing together a lot of not just the STEM, but also a whole range of other ways of teaching, and put that all together. And they developed various measures to enhance these topics in order to fulfil the learning requirements of their students for a successful future. Beryl has been teaching for more than 30 years and spoken in countries such as America, England, Japan and Thailand on education. So fantastic that she's here tonight. And limiting the group to 4 per mentor is very important. A session of 45 minutes enables them to capture the greatest concentration of the students and deliver great results. So well done, Beryl, for being here. And we have EduLab here. So Matt, where's the others? Down on the table over here. Over here, great photo, well done. So EduLab team actually lectures and works together on customisation of lab environment, either simple or complex, to satisfy learning outcomes. Industry consultation is arranged by EduLab or by the lecturers to create a relevant lab environment to solve real problems, i.e. creating industry-based real-life projects. Once the customised lab is ready, the lab is distributed out to the students and lecturers, and of course then users can access the platform using their existing credentials. You can see there the bullet points, and can include an unlimited multi-site network simulations, implementation of enterprise communication solutions, and of course big data analytics as well as part of that. So congratulations for being here. Well done, guys. So that concludes the introductions of all of those that participated in the judging over the last 2-3 weeks. Personally, I thought the judging went very well. I'm an observer, I don't judge. It's done by the independent judges, and of course we'll be announcing the awards after dinner. So back to you, Phil.
So we start a little bit late. We're running a little bit late. I'm super organised and going to delay the food, and then you rapidly get through that quicker than you should have done. So thank you, Julian. We now have a little bit of time on our hands. We've got the food is coming out. The dinner tonight, we've got salmon and pork, or salmon or pork to choose from, and some lovely desserts, and a lovely Merlot or some Sauvignon Blanc to have with it. The waiters will bring in and out shortly, and then we've got the award ceremony, and we're going to meet Richard and a few other people afterwards. So please enjoy your meal. Feel free to move around. If you're not happy with the people you're sitting with, I can see a spare seat on each table. So please, don't be shy. Come and sit on our table. We're a lovely bunch of people. Enjoy your meal. Hold on a second and see if someone can come and turn the music down for us. Otherwise, there's a danger that I'll start dancing. Dancing. Here we are. The AV technician, cameraman, YouTube channel, enthusiast. Wrong bit, that's it. Thank you very much, thank you. So I hope we all enjoyed our meal. We now move on to meeting some of the previous award winners, meeting some of the judges, and then of course the award ceremony. Are we up and running? We're rolling. Excellent, thank you. So the next person I'd like to introduce, I'm very proud to introduce actually, Stephen Hayes, who I've just had a quick conversation with. It's actually Stephen Hayes MBE, an Air Force veteran. And Stephen Hayes, in addition to being a previous winner, and he's going to tell us what difference it made to him, he was also the National Defence Industry Skills Advocate in his part-time, and he'll tell you a little bit about that as well. And a former winner of a Consensus Award who's just told me that it's the only award ceremony that he goes to now, and the only award in his reception. Stephen.
Good evening, and thanks for inviting me back and the opportunity to speak tonight and share a few thoughts with you all, and a special welcome to all the contestants. We were sitting where you are 2 years ago. Let me say a few words about why I think this is important. One of my previous roles after I retired from the Air Force was to be the Chief Executive and Managing Director of the International Centre for Complex Program Management. So I was working with the UK, US, Canadian and Australian governments, NASA, Airbus, the UK Cabinet Office. It's got to meet some interesting people. And of course, with that, you get to asked to speak at every dog and pony show on the planet. And I was speaking to one of my staff this morning. She said, "Oh, we need to get Kailash, who, by the way, is our founder and business partner, to speak at more conferences next year." And I said, "You know what, Chloe? That's fine if you want some exposure. However, when I ended up speaking at a conference, I went in, spoke and left, because generally the quality of those sorts of things, and I'm being particularly brutal, isn't worth my time." That might sound arrogant, but you really need to think about where you invest your time. So I attend two conferences now. One is the biannual Norwegian Department of Finance conference on infrastructure. I only invite 100 people from around the world each other year. And the other one is the Global Access Partners National Economic Summit, hosted at New South Wales Parliament House Lower Chamber every year. If you can get an invite to that, you're lucky and worth doing. In the same way, we have only ever seriously applied for one software award. was the Consensus Award for software. And why? Why is that? And I was asked a moment ago, did it completely change things for you? No, it doesn't, but I will share some thoughts on that. We chose that because it's a serious judging exercise by industry experts. It's not something thrown together. It actually recognises true value, quality, and real innovation. And I fortunately arrived just in time, thanks Mr. Qantas, to hear who is present tonight and what you've developed. And having just come back from 10 days hosted by Austrade in the Middle East, I was sort of thinking about all the things that you're doing and going, wow, you know, they could be doing that, you know. So my point there is getting to this point, even if as a nominee, is important because it speaks to the quality of what you're doing and the opportunity that I see for you in the future. I think as a nation, we've got a lot to do in terms of workforce and skills. So I think we can look at the defence sector, we can look at the peaks that we're going to be having in skilling and workforce on the construction and the resources sector in future years. But what I see lacking in this country, and it's got nothing to do with the Consensus Award, it's a plea to you all, is to think about things at a national level. So rather than taking a sectoral approach, how can we work better together to build our nation? I think that's an important reflection that I've made over the last few years. In terms of, has it made a difference to us? I kind of reflect on the Atlassians of the world and the instant success that took 15 years. Okay, so I hasten to warn all of you that there is no one thing that makes the big difference. It might be a contract, you know, as a reference customer. In fact, that's probably the most important thing. But they all do add up. We proudly display our Consensus Award in our foyer. It's the only one that we have and the only one we intended applying for, and the only one that I would like to see in our foyer in the future is something to do with exports. So I want to congratulate you all for getting here. I really would like to also thank the judges and the rigour that they put into examining each of the applications and entrants, and commend this to you in future years as well, for your continued support. So thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, Stephen. The rigour. So I'm a relatively networked person. Julie and I have known each other for about 10 years. He's asked me if I want to do this for about 3 years. He's never asked me to be a judge. Never asked me to be a judge. I have been a judge at some other awards. I was saying to Stephen earlier on, I think it lacked rigour. I was asked to be a judge by someone who'd never met me. They just saw that I was pretty well networked. I became a judge. I was sent copious amounts of data by email that I didn't read very thoroughly. I was given a timeline that was quite impossible, and I sat there at about midnight one night and went tick, tick, cross, tick, read something. I was saying to Stephen, there were some of the questions, this is not a consensus thing, don't frown. There were some of the questions where I had to grade the applicant on how well they had answered the question. So there's some very busy entrepreneurial people out there that are running some very successful companies, and they had some quick fixes to their answers to their questions. They'd uploaded YouTube channels and pointed URLs to various documents, and I read about their companies and they were very successful. And what they had been doing was very impressive, but the way that they had answered the particular question was not. Meanwhile, there were some other applicants that had answered the question incredibly well, but their company was not particularly impressive. And I found the whole judging experience was not full of rigour, and I decided not to do it anymore. And I think what I've learned from my time with Consensus and not being invited to be a judge, that's the second time I've said that, is that there is a certain amount of rigour. And I'd like to introduce John, who's going to come and tell us about the judges. We've got 2 slides here of those particular judges. And as John comes up on the stage, I'd like all the judges, this was session number 1 at the University Business School, and this is session number 2 at the UNSW Business School. And perhaps we could open John with a round of applause, but more for all these individual judges. If you could stand up and call all the judges, please stand up. more rigorous than I am.
Thank you, everyone. As judges in the Consensus Awards,
Let's put a page down on the screen.
thank you, I'll take that. Mike Greenway, thank you. As judges in the Consensus Awards, we are proud to associate our personal brands with the long-standing trust and goodwill that the Consensus Awards have brought to the business community. We'd like to thank all the participants for the time and effort they have taken to prepare their submissions and for presenting themselves for judging. The quality of submissions have again this year been of a high standard. There are a number of awards and some candidates quite easily qualified to be judged under a number of categories. The judges are independent, they do not work for Consensus, and volunteer their time and expertise to contribute to the successful running of these awards. As chair of one of the award streams, I would like to thank all the judges for their professionalism and dedicated contribution. The judges collaborate and make joint decisions on whether a Consensus award is given. A highly commendable is awarded, or if no award is possible on this occasion. To give you insight into the judging process, each of the participants receives 45 minutes to bring their submission to life. Like a dragon's den or a shark tank, how you communicate your ideas and demonstrate innovation, performance, and potential is critical. But unlike the dragons and sharks, we don't bite. Each judging panel has up to 11 judges, including the chair, and the presentations tend to be quite interactive, with participants asked probing questions to best judge their submissions. A judge will collaborate with their peers, write a citation, or provide feedback to participants to aid them in their journey. We encourage all those who do not win an award to take on the feedback, evaluate, adjust their plans to come back stronger, and not to give up. Tenacity is one of the biggest markers of success for any entrepreneur. Never give up. Thank you, congratulations to all involved, and have a great evening.
Thank you, John. Could we have all the judges, please? And Richard and Julian, could we have you all up, please, for a group photograph? I think there's more space at this. Thank you, judges. So before we present the awards this evening are being presented by Julian and by Richard White. Stephen Hayes has just told me that another feather in the cap, if you like, of the success of his company since winning the awards. His company is now dealing with over 90 federal and state agencies. Again, as he said, not directly because of the award, but the award is all part of the ingredient that makes it happen. So congratulations, well done. What we'd like to do before the awards, we'd like to hear from a previous winner. Richard, 2004, not that long ago. Could you come and tell us your story, please?
So 2004 seems like a long time ago, but it wasn't really. For those of you that are technology entrepreneurs, I have a very strong feeling of connection. We had run a business in Australia, building an Australian business, and realising that when we were very successful, we came to the boundary of Australia quite quickly and decided that we had to do something very substantial to build a global business. That's a huge risk, and I was told, you're crazy, don't do it. Australian companies aren't global businesses. We're busy opening doors for other people. And of course, that's not how I feel, not what I believe, and not what this award is about. So in 2004, having completed our second generation product, which was a global version of our Australian product, we submitted ourselves to the pressures of the Consensus Award. And I brought a whole table, and I had all of my core team in the award ceremony. We didn't really know what was going to happen, but it happened very well. I remember feeling incredibly emotional and incredibly proud of the people in the company and what they had done and how that had worked. And that was effectively it gave us validation, it gave us real trust in what we'd done, and it allowed us to push ourselves forward. We very rapidly converted all of our Australian and then New Zealand and Singapore customers, raised a tiny amount of capital, and went global, bought a company in the US and pushed our product through the US market, pretending to be a US acquisition of an Australian company. Opened up in Europe. We're now the largest provider of logistics software in the world. We have a market cap of around $8 billion, which seems a hell of a long way from the $5,000 credit card that I used to fund the business in 1994. I still have many of my original team with me. We have made a lot of people very happy and very proud to be an Australian technology company, and we have in small part been part of that thing which has proved that we in Australia can be global leaders. Atlassian has done that, we have done that, Appen, Afterpay, Xero, and many others have been able to reach global capacity, global scale from our shores. And this award creates the fundamental trust, the fundamental belief, the fundamental recognition, validation that you can do it from here. That's a really important thing to understand. This is that data point that you can say, I now have faith that I can move further. And I think, you know, whatever WiseTech has done, whatever others done, it has this fundamental nexus in the award that we won in 2004. And it's so important to have recognition of the people that put their lives, their earnings, their effort, their time, their passion, their blood, sweat and tears into something they believe in, and something they want to make into something bigger than themselves, bigger than their staff, bigger than their customers, and bigger than what other people believe they can do. And that's what this award is about. Thank you very much.
I've known Richard for a little while. Richard, a couple of questions. How many people did you employ in 2004?
I think the company had a little over 20 staff.
20. I remember talking to some of the people that work for you around 5 years ago. How many people did you employ 5 years ago? I came to see you. You sat in the middle of one floor with software engineers all around you, and you were right in the
I'm
middle.
having trouble remembering that number. Today it's 2,000.
2,000. And the lady that runs your HR department told me about 2 months ago that she's obligated by you to hire another 900 people in the next year. 900. Well, I'm a people numbers person. I run a recruitment.
We're hiring about 40 people a month. Given that we were 25 people on the Consensus Award, that's extraordinary.
It's absolutely extraordinary. Well done, thank you. So the order of presentations for this evening. We've got the Consensus Software Awards, then the Innovation Awards, the GreenTech Awards, the AgTech Awards, the AgTech Awards. Then I actually think we have a break for dessert before we have the Best Author Award. Raina, you're going to come and help us with the individual trophies. The first award is the Software Awards, and to try and get a little more suspense, I do have a citation to read about the award, but I'm hovering over the button before I press it, because immediately I press it, we announce who the winner is. And having heard some of the stories of some of the previous winners, there's quite a lot resting on winning these awards. So congratulations in advance to the winners. The first winner for the Consensus Software Award is Empire Software. The software is a fully integrated enterprise customer relationship and operational management software program. The judges considered that the software was innovative in the way that it is fully integrated successfully, something that most other products pretend to do. The presentation was able to show the judges that the software did perform as required. All points of communication with clients and suppliers were fully integrated across the system and easily accessible to all user-defined allowance levels of management. Similarly, for all modules in the software, the judges agreed that the complete Empire software satisfied the necessary requirements of innovation, performance, and potential, and is therefore qualified to receive a Consensus Award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Again, I think someone mentioned earlier it's a 15-year overnight success, so it's been that long for us. We've gone about to create something for everybody at a very effective price point too. So we're looking forward to taking on the world. And what this does is put in a couple extra rocks in our bag to take on the Goliath. So we'll be going out there. And couldn't say a quick thank you to the government. If it wasn't for the R&D grants, I don't think we could be here. So make sure you get your share of that, because it keeps us alive and lets us take on the world as we can. So thank you very much.
Under the Software Awards category, there was also a highly commended Enigma Behavioural Lake, Logan PTY. Congratulations, highly commended. And a finalist, Millabel PTY Limited. Congratulations as finalists. You want one separate for Millabel options?
Thank you. Thank you.
Do we have someone from Millabel?
Yes, yes. Well,
Congratulations. Congratulations. The next category is for the Innovation Awards, and we do have a winner. For the Innovation Awards, the winner is Digital Smart Mirrors. Digital Smart Mirrors uses a shop-based full-length mirror that allows the shopper to try on different virtual items including fashion, sunglasses, jewellery, shoes, makeup, or similar accessories that automatically align to the shopper's size and fit. Through the clever design of hardware and the use of augmented reality and 3D technology, ShopX have designed a solution that has the potential to reduce the retailer's cost in relation to floor space and stock levels. Further, from an environmental perspective, the product also has the potential to disrupt the entire supply chain by better aligning production levels to real-time demand, reducing overall product wastage and therefore landfill. The judging panel are pleased to offer this award to ShopX as they felt digital smart mirrors more than met the judging criteria of innovation, performance and potential.
This is a kind of dream come true for a startup who has launched less than 6 months ago and winning a second award, and nothing better than this. I think this is the future of retail shopping, where we not just try to give AI-enabled shopping experience, but also in a view to make fashion retail sustainable. And what I take from here is what Richard said before, is a confidence that this award is given to us, that we look forward to in future, that we can do things, and whatever we have proven till now is just a way forward for us, and it's just the beginning. Thank you so much.
Under the same category, we also had a finalist. Congratulations to Circus Towers. Congratulations. The next category is the Consensus GreenTech Awards. And again, we do have a winner in this category. The winner is Taggle Water Intelligence Network. The judging panel was impressed with Taggle's submission and overall business case. They felt the solution met the awards criteria of innovation, performance, and potential. Taggle has some outstanding unique features and demonstrated success in achieving eco-friendly solutions across a wide variety of industry and market participants. Their partnership with a global brand, Honeywell, positions Taggle well for future growth and distribution. Taggle has the ability, through its IoT connectivity, their early detection sensors and systems, to plan and provide positive solutions on a large scale to ensure efficient and successful water management. We feel Taggle is worthy of winner of this award and a prime example of innovation. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I really want to acknowledge the person who's on stage with me, Gordon Foster. Gordon's a legend. He was part of the team that commercialised Wi-Fi. He's been a really Australian success story. He's the founder and inventor of our technology. So thanks, Gordon, very much. communities manage the water they have so that they don't lose what is really our most precious resource. And we think that our technology has the opportunity to really change things for the world. So thank you very much.
One of the unusual things about the Consensus Award is that sometimes we don't have one winner. We have a second winner in this category of the GreenTech Awards, and the second winner is Aerofloat Pty Limited. Aerofloat is an Australian family-owned business that understands the challenges associated with wastewater treatment systems. Their new technologies and products provide cost-effective solutions that address especially important environmental problems such as plastic recycling and ink waste. Aerofloat's patented solutions AeroDAF and AeroMBBR provide an innovative approach to waste management and recycling for a range of industries, including the food and beverage. Aerofloat is in prime position to take advantage of the government's funding for CRCP projects focused on plastic recycling and reduced plastic waste. Judges agreed that Aerofloat checked all the boxes to be worthy for a Consensus GreenTech Winner Award. Congratulations.
Thanks so much. Didn't think we were going to get one. That's great. I did write something down because I fumble my way around if I'm just going to wing it. But look, I studied industrial design and I have a passion for simple and elegant design. And you know, we get to design products and solve problems in the environmental space, and that makes for a really rewarding way to spend your time. I really want to thank the judges. As I was presenting to you, I really found you were really engaged and made it for a really great experience. You asked some great questions, you know, on innovation, performance, and potential. And I think they're the three things that we do day in, day out, and I think we do those three things very well, so thank you for acknowledging that. And you know, I spoke about the plastics recycling industry as the key sort of focus that we're, you know, target industry for us at the moment. You know, and how we've developed a great process using our patented technology to ensure that these plastics recyclers are washing finished product with high quality water, meaning that their finished product can be used in a larger range of post-consumer products made from recycled content. So like plastics is a huge problem, and I'm really, you know, proud that, you know, we developed this technology and we can be part of solving just maybe one part of that massive problem that is plastic. And there was one question that I couldn't answer, and I have the answer. So the question was, what's the payback period for one of these plastics recyclers if we were to come in and overhaul the water management side? So I just closed another project this week, and I'll give you the example. So the plant will be running in March. Every week they dump all the water in the bath, 70,000 litres of this filthy water that they wash the plastic in. And they've told us that if they were to be washing continuously with clean water, they will go from doing 30 tonne a day to about 60 tonne a day on a good day, if they can manually handle it either side, which could be the bottleneck. So we're talking about another 30 tonne a day potentially on a good day. Plastic recycled ranges for what it's depending on the quality, but let's say it's about $1,000 a tonne. So they're, you know, another 30 grand in the skyrocket, and so it's foreseeable that the payback for them is, you know, inside 2 months. So and they'll save around 3.5 million litres of water per year. So it's great. Question. Thank you very much, and thanks to our awesome team. We're the best team of engineers ever, and thanks, and for the family, of course.
Thank you.
the same category, the GreenTech Awards, we also had a finalist. Congratulations to Solar Architecture.
Come over here a little bit. Well done.
On to the next category, the Consensus AgTech Awards. I'm pleased to say that we do have a winner, and the winner of the AgTech Awards is FarmBot. The judges were unanimous in their praise for FarmBot Australia. Under the three judging criteria of innovation, performance and potential, FarmBot Australia excels. They are very clear on who their target market is and demonstrate a particular focus on the strong relationship between the company and its customers. Their remote water monitoring products bring a number of technical and commercial elements together to deliver compelling solutions for the livestock sector. There is also potential to become the de facto data monitoring solution for other farming groups. FarmBot is a worthy winner of a Consensus AgTech Award.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to receive this award. I mean, we spend an awful lot of time working flat out for our customers, and therefore it's nice to take a break and look back at what we've done. So I really appreciate it, and look forward to providing a lot more really useful information and tools to farmers over the next 12 months and beyond. Thank you.
The next category we have is the Consensus EdTech Awards. Geez, these judges are very, very tough to get through. Under this category, there is no winner. We do have a highly commended EduLab. Congratulations. And under the same category, we also have a finalist, and that finalist is Inkurts.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I want to say first, I don't want to make Australia great again, but I do want to make Australia the clever country again. I know I can't do it on my own, and I'm hoping that my program for 3 and 4-year-olds that I want to get out all over Australia will be a starter, but I will need a lot of help. So if anyone wants to help, I'm welcome to have you on board. Thank you very much. And thank
Thank you. And I think there's only a couple of people left on stage. Julian, I know you'd like to say a few words and give Richard a thank you award.
Thank you, Phil, the opportunity. It's great that Richard agreed to come on this evening. I'm sure everybody in the room has appreciated him being here. Obviously highly successful and a great advocate for the Consensus Awards. And as you know, he was a winner in 2004 and is now obviously continuing to support Consensus going forward, which is fantastic. So what we'd like to do is just to give him a certificate of appreciation, particularly an award for his support going forward. So what I'd like to do is invite Len Norman to come out, a member of Consensus. Ryder's already on stage, and the three of us to thank, and I'll also involve have Phil in the picture as well. And present a certificate. Which one? The other one? Oh, you know. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard.
Thank you, Richard. Well done. The next award, we've got two nominees. It's either the caramelised banana or the sticky date pudding. It's entirely up to you which you have, but you better get in quickly because the sticky date pudding's got my vote. So please welcome dessert. And the winner is sticky date pudding. No? Banana? Banana. Banana, banana. Okay, we come to the final stages of the evening. Please like to take your seats. If you had the sticky date pudding, you probably haven't got out of your seat. So, there's a number of awards that we've had, and they all seem to have the same sort of logo. Let's just turn that music down a little bit. Excellent, thank you. A number of different awards, and you can see the screen here, Consensus Awards since 1999. What I've understood is that the reason why the Best Author award for the IT Writers Award is because they've been running for longer. Julian started them, but started them before Consensus. So the IT Writers Award have been running for 25 years. Well done, Julian. And there's a number of different categories, and they can be awarded at various times throughout the year. Where we are right now is it is time to announce the winner of the IT Writers Award for the Best Author. It's the only category that we have under the IT Writers Award this year. And the Best Author Award winner goes to Anand Tombuli. Please come up. There is a glass trophy that's being prepared rather than a certificate. So congratulations on a more prestigious award. I think it's not here yet. I shall read out the citation whilst we do the photographs. Here are some quotes from the Consensus Judges book review. The problem identified by Anand Tombuli in his book, Build Your Own IoT Platform, is the poor outcome of many projects attempting to implement an IoT solution. In the case of small to medium organisations, the author believes this can often be due to over-reliance on off-the-shelf or software-as-a-service solutions, of which there are hundreds available. He believes that many under-deliver in key areas of functionality, scalability and cost-effectiveness. His book further argues that given a reasonably experienced IT professional and this book, any SME can set up their own IoT platform in a few days for very little cost. Anand Tombuli offers a really credible book which demystifies the technology and approach to building the Internet of Things platform While the book requires a certain amount of technical experience in programming, internet and networking, databases, and other areas, the book is fundamentally accessible to those with intermediate technical experience. Tamboli offers a model which breaks down the overall IoT system into functional blocks. That is, he identifies the key pieces to the system and also clarifies those parts which will be essential in all cases, as well as those parts which may add great value but not be initially essential. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you, judges, for giving me this award. I think it's a good testament that when I started writing this book was the idea behind the book was to enable a maximum number of people, SMEs especially, and small and medium and even startups to adopt to IoT, because any new technologies, you can't see the full impact until that large base adopts to it. And one of the impediments I saw that having an own IoT platform was a big problem, and this book has helped to solve that problem. So far I've seen around about 6,000 downloads for the book, and a lot of people have come back saying it has helped them, which gives me immense satisfaction that okay, there is something I'm helping people to deal with and enabling them. So that's a great satisfaction. Thank you again for appreciating that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we do have some group photos. However, what we'd like to do before that is Julian is going to talk about the PwC Emerging Tech. So PwC, we're going to provide an award. Perhaps you could tell us what that's going to look like, Julian.
Thank you, Phil, and the opportunity just to talk to the very kind offer by PwC to offer a set of consulting services to enable one of the winners here tonight to actually assist in going worldwide through obviously their offices and a whole range of services provided as well. They actually haven't given me a dollar amount, but let's put it this way, you don't often have the opportunity of getting an organisation like PwC behind you and then obviously supporting you through their network. So I'm very happy to announce on their behalf, it's a shame they're not here, that the digital smart mirrors, and they've actually had to make a move, they don't know this, but they will actually be, so Shop EXP will actually be receiving that award effectively from tonight. So in their absence, please put your hands together. And I'll give them the good news tomorrow. So back to you, Phil. We've got to get a few people up on stage, eh?
Excellent, thank you, Julian. So we have a photographer. I'm sure some of you want some photographs. So now we have some group photograph awards. I'm sure that some of the tables here have had a single person or maybe two people who will receive an award, and yet they've got a whole table of people that would like to get a photograph. So let's have some group photographs in any particular order, perhaps the table at the end there. All the winners, we want all the winners, sorry.
With their certificates.
All the winners, so the individual winners with their certificates up on the stage. Please come up on this side where we've got a bit more space. Big shot. So maybe 2 people per award as a maximum, otherwise we won't get everyone up on stage.
My phone.
Richard, that should be in that photograph.
My little team that I've brought tonight with Julian take off. Will sit the line because we're 2 old guys, I can say it.
Have I?
Any other finalists or winners with
Any other winners, highly commended or finalists? Anybody who received a certificate, please come up. Some more coming.
We had the journalist and
Get up. Sorry? Get up. Come on. Hold on. Just a couple more.
Squeeze in, please. Squeeze in. Don't be shy.
tag at the end.
Come on, come on. That's it. Thank you. Okay, so one group at a time. So call up the family business. We'll have everyone from the company. Is that fancy or family? It's fancy family.
So we're still just a small projection. You want to be good people. So we get 450,000 a lot. The good ones are either in the States or they're in Europe, particularly the UK. It really depends where their families are and which they're on. But to get them to Australia is real hassle. And I have to pull a lot of strings to get good people into Western. So when you want to keep these but as soon as somebody's got this experience, they become more valuable. It's like it's a manufacturer and they're widgets of people. And they're people who increase over time. So either 3 months, 6 months, 1 year experience in something, I can be sold to the States at a much higher price. That's why they use it. And then you bring in a fresher. Or you pressure. And that's the problem.
Does anybody else have another team photo? Okay. Benny Molly's here. Team photo request. Everybody had yours?
I've got the intro as well. Yeah, I know now the guy who's heading up there software testing. So tell me which one you want. He's a multi-million-dollar business. He ran out. We were talking again to the client. The lady found him, you don't listen. We don't understand.
Would anybody else like a team photo, a group photo of any sort? Whilst we have a photographer here.
So why did you start
The YouTube channel is shutting down. You can now be yourself with no fear. Exactly. There's no more recording. We're done. Now it's time for the networking component of the event. The formal presentation is finished. That's the end from me. Thank you for coming. Please put your nominations in for 2020.